In this course, we talked about many different cultures and different people and how they were treated based on their differences. In Boyko's book, he discussed many groups of people who were affected by Canada's ignorance and racism, like Chinese Canadians, Ukraine, Jewish, Japanese, Black, and Native Canadians. Something that is constantly brought up in his book is how much the government of Canada adhered to these racist and segregating thoughts. It is almost impossible to blame regular people in Canada during this time for having these thoughts against these cultures because the government would stand by them and lead by example. So one thing that the government did was refuse Japanese Canadians the right to have fishing licenses during 1893, and by 1941, these Japanese Canadians only held 12% of British Columbia's fishing licenses. This group of people were constantly harassed and mistreated, and they were forced to move away. So this also led to the closing of all Japanese-related newspapers and schools. So one of the worst things that I thought when reading this about this group of people was that they considered Canada their home, and they would do nothing to hurt it or mistreat it. But thanks to the government, they were so cruel and judgmental that they believed that they would cause harm. So these Japanese Canadians immigrated to Canada and considered it their homeland and tried to help our economy and support their family by doing what came naturally to them, which was fishing. But thanks to the government, they set the standard for trusting people to a low. So unfortunately, every group that Boyko wrote about was mistreated and judged. But when it comes to Black Canadians, in the day they were sold and used as slaves. Obviously, this has changed in Canada, which is a good thing, but they're not fully treated like equals. So in today's society, most people are understanding to different cultures and individuals, but there is still some hostility towards these groups, and one of the bigger groups would be the Black Canadians or just Black people in general. This problem has gotten better with lots of work in breaking stigmas, but still thrive, unfortunately. In the news today, you will hear about cops open firing on Black men prematurely, even if they're innocent. There's lots of suspicion of Black people stealing or being violent, and it relates to the racism and having untrusting senses due to other people's lack of knowledge. It has gotten better over the years, but it is still affecting this group and how they're being treated. And every day, people get excluded from things just because of their color or religion or because of who they love. We need to be able to embrace change and difference. The differences are what make us unique and special, and they help us understand one another and cherish different aspects of ourselves. There are so many different types of cultures that deserve to be recognized and praised, but we need to be able to open up and welcome them. Sometimes it's hard to do that with new things, but in the end, we will all understand more about different types of people and find new meanings in life. The world doesn't have to be discriminatory, segregated, racist, or untrusting. We need to stand together to fight stigmas and support one another. Everyone is different, and we're all made of the same things, but we need to show that 100%. Thank you.